Hello, everyone's. I'm Lady T506. Welcome to my channel. I'm here for Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 10, Episode 8. We starting off with Kenya and Sheree getting together so they can discuss details of the PSA that they're going to be working on together. And Kenya lets us know when she was 16 years old, she was dating a man who was 11 years her seniors. And my first thought was this man should be in jail somewhere. I don't care. You were 16. You were in high school. Still got homework and still got curfew. This man damn near 30 years old. Like, what do you two have in common? But it's sad that there's some men out there that want to get with a young girl so he can control her, have her up under his thumb, have her isolated from her friends and her family, just all up under him. And I think whoever that man was, he should have been in jail. Not only for getting with Kenya when she was 16 years old, but turns out this man stabbed her and she almost died. So I'm hoping that he got some kind of time for both getting with a minor and two, stabbing and almost killing Kenya. But once we done talked about that, now we got to discuss the details of who's actually in charge. Because Kenya, she has some experience with production. Sheree, who has none whatsoever, thinks that she should be up on the forefront of this production. And I'm like, no, Kenya, start from the bottom. Maybe an intern, like Kenya said, but no, Sheree, she's in this. That's beneath her. She's no intern. But I'm like, Sheree, you gotta crawl before you walk. Start from the bottom and work your way up to the top. But Sheree, she not having it. She not trying to be no intern. But I'm like, Sheree, if you don't know what you're doing production wise, how are you going to be of help to anybody? Can you please answer that? Okay. So, the OLG get together because they want to discuss what's going on in the restaurant. And they have some actual concerns. And I'm like, okay, this is not asking a lot. It's like, I want them, the area where the hostess is at and where the people are just getting, I guess, order out food. That area is all clogged up and congested. I would like to get that fixed. One of the auntie was like, I would like everybody to have a clean uniform when I come in here. Both the aunties, they didn't work in the food industry and they still work for their churches. And they was like, I'm coming in, I'm seeing dirty pants, I'm seeing dirty shirts, I'm seeing dirty aprons. It does not cost that much for you to take your hind part to the laundromat if you do not have a working wash and dryer in your home. It costs, 50 cents to wash some clothes and maybe $1 to dry them? In certain areas, it doesn't cost that much for you to have a clean outfit while you're at work. And I'm like, there's some legitimate concerns. And Candy, she comes from the family where if the elders say something, she got to do it to her best abilities. But I'm like, I'm on this. Yeah, you get that together because that's like y'all family restaurant that's going to be passed down to the youngins once they get older. And the aunties and Mama Joyce, they did not have no outrageous concerns. It wasn't like, I want a bigger portion, I want my face in neon lights and all this other stuff. There's no, basically, this area needs to be cleared out over here. This area over here, these people, everybody should have on a clean uniform every time they come over here. And if you are a hostess, have on a hostess outfit. And I was like, okay. They just want the place to look professional. So now we got Candy and Sheree talking. And Candy, she has to go, is Tyrone a convicted felon and a con artist? I know he in jail, but is he a con artist? Because that's what Nene says. But if you ask me, Sheree was deflecting. Like, there's a lot of people out there who could have been in jail for a lot of things, so let's not talk. Well, that's true. You can be fighting somebody and end up jail. But that's a far cry for embezzlement and wire fraud. Because remember, you said he's in there for wire fraud. Now, if I done got into a fight with somebody and the police are called, I can go to jail. But I'm going to get out on bond and, pray maybe play a fine. If you are stealing people's money, embezzling and wire fraud, you going to prison for a long time. And you're going to have to pay some restitution. So, it's not the same thing like, oh, they got Nene and Greg got mugshot. I'm pretty sure you got a mugshot too. Just saying. But I'm glad that she is not letting him, like, the first stop is not going to be to her house. He going to have to find him an apartment. It's just that he not going to be living up in Chateau Sheree just of yet. But she did say just of yet. I'm like, all right, Sheree, this your life. I'm just saying that I couldn't do it. So, Nene wants to host a tea to get Nene and Portia back together being friends. I'm like, how do you have a tea and you don't serve tea? You serving cranberry vodka. Like, maybe if we had clearer mind and people wasn't a little bit tipsy, we could have accomplished a few things. But once you get a little liquor in these females, they already loud and mad at each other. Get a little liquor in their system, they're gonna be extra loud. And I don't think they accomplish anything at all. I'm like, you should have just called this a let's drink and try to hash out our problems instead of, prettying up and calling it a tea. Like, girl, how you serving vodka out of a teacup? Really? Like, Cynthia didn't even know she was drinking vodka. She was like, no wonder I'm up here guzzling this down like it ain't nothing. This ain't no tea. This is vodka. Child. So, it's the day of the PSA. I know I'm bouncing all around and I'm running things in together. And it's the day of the PSA. And Nene tells us, like, the first man who said he loved her, she believed him, stayed with him even though he was abusive to her, even had a baby by this man. But eventually she realized this is not love should not hurt. And it's sad that a lot of young women and older women feel that if he hits me, he loves you. No, if he don't hit you, that means he loves you. He should never have to put his fist on you for any reason at all. Now, men, women, don't be putting your hands on nobody. It gets me how women, they all about don't be hitting on women, but they will jump in a man's face, nudging him and doing this, that, and the third. And then when he hits her, it's surprise. No, don't put your hands on him. Nobody just leave our hands to ourselves. Shamia said she was in a marriage. It was an anniversary. He was very jealous and he was always accusing her of cheating. And he literally, the most expensive shoes he bought her, hit her out of her shoes. Shoes over here, she's over here. Cynthia's mom discussed how she was in an abusive relationship with her husband at the time. Now Cynthia's telling of being a child in a household where there was abuse going on. And here's another pattern where children growing up seeing daddy beat on mama, thinking this is the norm. Young girls get in a relationship, well, this is how it was when I was at home, daddy beat on mama. Young men growing up thinking my daddy beat on my mama, so I'm going to beat on the person I'm with. And they're trying to show that this is not the way that love is, and it should stop. Sheree gets in an accident. She was late to come, but I guess she mustered through that pain. She had herniated disc, and she was on the highway and got hit from the behind. Now, I know what it is like to be hit from the behind in a car. Me and my husband are driving down the street. We turn to get on the street. We riding for maybe a good 15-20 seconds, and a person behind us hits us dead in the back. And when I tell you, I felt the pain from my neck all the way down to my tailbone. That was some pain I've never felt that pain in my back like that before. And I don't know how Sheree was up walking and talking right there, because I had to have heating pads on my back. They had me on muscle relaxers. They had me on pain pills. That was some hurt for my tail. And then I had to get rushed to the emergency room, and they had to put me on that backboard. Child, it was something. But I'm glad that all the ladies came through and put all whatever issues we have with each other and came together to get this PSA together, so they can maybe help some young woman or some young man who is in an abusive relationship to get out and know that you are worth more than this. You don't have to stick here, because a lot of people stayed and they're no longer here today because of that. So that was the gist that went on. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment or video response. And like always, I want to thank my subscribers and the people watching my videos. I want you to like this video, comment, and subscribe. And share this video with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and here on YouTube. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.